Jason, completely different schedule today than what you expected.
Mm-hmm.
And as it happened, it worked out perfect for you. How impressed were you with the second and third team today?
Yeah, I'm really happy with those guys and how they competed out there against Juniata. There was really no kind of drop in level of play, I think, from that group of guys versus the guys that were out there versus Miz in the second one. And they did a really great job of putting a lot of really good volleyball out there, a lot of the things that we can go back and watch and learn and help those guys continue to improve throughout the rest of the year.
Well, JD, you played both.
Yeah.
you played 8 sets today, and really, them playing so well in that game against Juniata and saving those guys, do you think that made a difference in beating Misercordia had you gone with the starters both times?
Definitely. I think especially that Misercordia went to 5, like who knows what would have happened, but people getting tired. I think saving the starters, you say, for the second game, I think was a really smart decision, and I think it showed.
So, Jason, was there anybody in that Juniata game that really jumped out and surprised you? So, woo, okay.
I don't think anyone surprises me because a lot of what you see is things we see there every day in practice. I think the 2 freshman middles, that were in there for a majority, both Aiden and Dean, I think showed flashes of what they're going to be as players. Kyler has impressed me throughout the whole year, and he does a great job with that unit day in and day out. And it's just really everyone, right? I was really happy with everyone's performance there, and we were just talking in the locker room, right? It stinks to lose, but they should be proud of how they, performed out there and did a lot of really great stuff.
Well, JD, a little different role this year. I mean, I call it offensive libero because you're serving, you are receiving, and so you're on offense first. So I don't know what you guys call it. How is that role? It's got to be hard going on and off the court. How do you deal with that mentally?
I think it's something that I have to just use to focus on my passing, and I think I've definitely passed better as the season has gone on, and it just really gives me an opportunity to focus on the things I could do for the team, and passing really well is one of those things that we need as a team, so I think it's really helped me focus on that most important part of my game.
I agree. I definitely agree. Okay, so let's move on to the Misercordia game. To me, that's a rivalry. You got Rob sitting there. You got Rob Winger sitting over there, and he's already warming up the bus that maybe they don't have. But it's 17-11 in the third. Mm-hmm. What did you say? Did you say anything? What turned the switch?
It's just challenging these guys to be the players that I know that they're capable of being. We've been in situations like that so far this year and earlier, and it's all about just being confident in yourself and confident in the guy standing next to you. They did a great job of finding a way to win the points we needed to win and find a way to win the match there. But, it's guys just having the grit, having the fight that they need to do, and everyone knew how important that match is for both teams to win tonight, and it's great that our guys found a way to get it done.
So, you don't serve,
No.
JD, but the game plan had to be to serve usually, number one.
Yeah.
And I thought it worked. He moves up like at the 12 and takes everything with his hands. But was that the game plan to go after him because he was their weakest receiver? Yeah,
that was definitely the game plan. You could see in the beginning of the game they have almost their 2 players passing 2/3 of the court. So we really wanted to target him because he was struggling in the previous games, and I think it definitely turned out good for us. We had a lot of guys that usually don't float serving at him, so I think that was a good change as well.
Yeah, that's what I was going to come back to you. So it's like all of a sudden we're target serving and we're float serving more often and going after one guy, which I thought was great strategy. Talk a little bit about Adam Sawyers. He had 14 against Virginia Wesleyan. He's swinging harder and with more confidence than I've ever seen him swing. Yeah,
he is a guy that when he gets hot, he's tough to stop. And him and Connor have done a great job kind of developing a good connection between the two of them. Guys like JD here, when we're getting ourselves in system, it's great having Sawyers put balls away at that clip, and it helps us a ton to free up some of our pins to get some more one-on-ones and all that good stuff.
JD, coming back to the passing was so much better in the second half, the third game, the fourth game, the fifth game, and that is because you could use the middles.
Yeah.
Was there anything that you guys talked about to try to get your passing on? Because you were not passing that well early, at least that's what I felt.
Yeah, I think that adjusting throughout the game is a huge part of volleyball as a whole, and as long as we're able to make those adjustments as early as possible, it gives us the opportunity to pass better, faster within the game. So I think we made the adjustments, like you said, after like the second set. I think we started to shift in certain directions based on the server, based on their tendencies, and I think it definitely helped.